Hi friend, I'm Iya from the Philippines.
And I'm Zell from Finland, and welcome to Hi Friend Podcast.
We're two friends from two different countries sharing our own takes and opinions on Reddit stories. So grab a coffee, tea, and whatever keeps you sane, and let's dive in.
Let's go. Okay,
See? Kabisado ka na.
congratulations. So yun.
There's so many episodes.
After ilang episodes, nakabisado din. Yung sa akin, ewan ko na lang talaga kung hindi ko pa makabisado eh. Kala mo ang daming sinasabi. Anyway,
Yeah, G.
nag-hi lang naman, yun lang sabi. Okay, so for our first story, this is coming from Advice PH 2 hours ago.
Wow, hours na lang, hindi na days.
Kasi yung mga nakikita ko minsan, nilalagay ko, kinakapi ko na. The next morning, wala na, dinilit na. Sayang. Dapat pala, ni-screenshot ko na lang. Effort.
May nagbubura. Okay. Baka daw kasi
So, there.
mababasa TikTok.
Title,
Okay.
hinalikan ng driver ang boobs ko habang nagpapadede ng tulog. Yon. Problem/goal. Yung driver namin sa family outing, nahuli kong hinalikan ng boobs ko habang nagpapadede kay baby, habang natutulog ako. Context. Kailangan ko lang po ng advice kasi nakakagalit talaga. Nag-family outing po kami nung kailan and nag-hire kami ng driver. Mabait naman po si kuya nung una and magalang pa nga kala ko. Nagkwentuhan pa kami kasi may mga anak na siya and pati yung husband ko nakakwentuhan din niya. Pagdating namin sa resort, lahat kampante and masaya. Ako naman kasama namin baby ko, natulog kami sa kubo habang nagpapadede ako. Syempre, alam mo, napagod, puyat kasi 3 months pa lang si baby. Di ko alam kung bakit, pero nagising ako kasi parang may mabigat sa dibdib ko at biglang pagbukas ng mata ko, ang lapit ng labi ng driver sa dede ko. Pakiramdam ko din, pinisil niya pero di ako sigurado. Nung napansin niya, nagising ako, bigla siyang lumayo at pinisilpis ni baby. Bigla sabi niya, cute naman matulog ni baby ma'am, hanap po kayo ni sir. Tapos bigla siya umalis, tapos di ako nakagalaw. Bigla ako tinawagan si hubby sa cell and sinabi ko sa kanya. Tinanong niya pa noong una if di ba parang guni-guni ko lang. Tapos nung nakita niya na stress ako at naiiyak sa nangyari, dun naramdaman niya na hinanap namin si kuya. Pero umalis na pala. Previous attempts. Tinawagan namin number niya, di na niya sinasagot. Ang mahirap pa nito, pati yung post at Facebook wala na. Kahit picture, wala kami sa kanya kasi di namin inakala.
So, miss ka po?
Oo.
Yung driver na nirent nila?
So, ibig sabihin, guilty siya. Na may ginawa siya. Kadiri.
So, pumunta sila somewhere and then iniwan sila doon after nangyari yung incident.
Oo.
Guilty!
Guilty kasi hindi na nila matawagan. Bastos.
Hiya yun. Yung nagpakita.
Diba? Hindi ko ma-imagine yung gagawin ko pag ganun yung nangyari. Kadiri si kuya.
Naalimpungatan siya, no? Pero kung hindi siya naalimpungatan lang, most likely nasampal na yun. Hindi lang siguro siya pa nakaka-react ng mabilis.
Oo.
Yung unang yung title, medyo nalito ko kung ano yung sinasabi niya. Ano?
Nahinalikan ng driver yung bobs niya. Yun. Nakakaloko naman to.
Anyway.
Kulang sa ano yun si kuya. Charing.
Nainggit.
Nainggit sa dede.
Nainggit dun sa ano.
Sa bata. Ayun. So, top comment here. Blotter OP. Report na agad. Sabi ni OP.
Oo.
Yes po, ginawa na namin. Pero, dinescribe lang namin siya and yung Facebook name. Pero, po, kasi niya is Randy. Like, R-A-N, tapos D-Y. Tapos,
Ang pangalan niya sa Facebook. Wala yung last name niya talaga.
sabi nung commenter, taga saan kaya yung driver? May idea ka? Sabi ni OP. Sa may munti niya po kami sinundo, papunta po kami ng Batangas. Banda doon din daw po siya, sabi niya.
Sa Muntinlupa. Hindi nila totally kakilala.
Hindi.
So yun, hindi
So, ano to? Parang nakita lang nila sa Facebook or something? Meron palang ganun.
Total stranger. Nirent lang yung driver lang? O pati
Oo.
sasakyan?
Pati yung sasakyan.
So, ibig sabihin wala silang sasakyan pa uwi.
Ewan ko, paano sila nakauwi? Sabi pa dito, since outing, baka may CCTV sa area, pwede nyo magamit for the plate number or sa D. Mahanap nyo po sana at mapanagot, sabi ni OP. Opo, meron po sila, medyo malabo lang po, pero nakita pati van niya, sabi ni commenter. Backtrack lang po sa ibang area with CCTV, baka willing makipag-cooperate sila sa investigation. Blotter and with police po para mas mapadali. God bless and sana mapanagot nyo po, sabi.
Bastos ni kuya.
Diba? Sabi pa dito, oh my God, girl, that's fucking assault. Find that guy, put him behind the bars. Buti sinumbong mo sa husband mo kaagad. I'm sorry you experienced that. Fuck you talaga mga manya kahit nanay na nagpapa-breastfeed, nababastos pa din. Grabe no. Hayok na hayok naman.
Napakahayok
Ano
naman
yun?
nun.
Kulang na kulang. Charing.
Sobrang walang
Bo?
walang jerjer si kuya. Ganun siya kahayok.
Oh, kalamang. Kadiri.
Oo, tama. Dapat ma-platter talaga yun.
Kaso nakakapagtaka lang kasi na sila na customer, hindi nila tinatanong kung ano yung full name. If
Oo.
makikipag-transact ka ng
Actually.
ganun, di ba? Especially like, sabihin natin driver lang yan, pero driver eh. So, yung safety nyo na kayo yung passenger, di ba dapat parang mas thorough yung identification ng tao
You're
na.
asking for services. Dapat kilala mo kung sino yung kinukuhanan mo ng services.
Diba?
Hindi yung
Weird.
basta, parang kinuha nyo lang sa kalsada. Para kasing ganun lang eh. First name lang yung kilala nila eh.
Parang taxi yan. Parang
Oo.
taxi nangyari, no? Kaloka. Nakainis talaga yung mga ganyan,
Intentional.
yung mga manyak ng boys.
Intentional yung pag-exit ni kuya.
Oo. Sabi nga dito grabe halatang guilty siya kasi nung nagising ka, nawala na agad siya. Grabe katakot, pinasok ka pa talaga niya sa kubo. Grabe ka manyakan yan.
Oh my God. Buti rin ganun lang, no?
Buti nagising siya. Kasi nga may parang mabigat, diba? Na naramdaman daw siya.
Mabigat? Ano ba natungan niya?
O baka kamay, o ano, yun nga, sabi niya parang hinalikan daw siya. Ganun.
Oh my God.
Allergy. Yeah, so...
Wala naman so far. Sa Finland, wala namang manyak na. Have you encountered?
Wala kasing pakilamanan dito
I would think so.
Tsaka nagsasawa na nga yung iba dito na hubot-hubad magkakasama parehong gender.
Parehong gender or you mean
I mean, opposite gender.
opposite genders? Wow, Ganun ka, Dito, kailangan same gender. Sana
Hala, yung pusa mo, friend. Ayun bumaba na siya. Kulit.
Nagdang pose yan.
Ayun. So, let's see other comments here.
Meron pa.
Actually, may mga commenter dito nagtatanong kung ano daw yung number, ganyan, or Facebook name. Hanapin daw nila, ganyan-ganyan.
Oh, tulong sila maghanap. And that was just 2 hours ago.
Wala pang ibang reply si OP.
Kasi talagang very, very current.
Yeah.
Sana pagka gano'n, so ang takeaway dito, pagka you're getting services, talagang you have to get information. First and last name, secure the first and last name, the number, social media, para if naagrabyado kayo nung person na kinuhanan nyo ng services, meron kayong mababalikan.
Yes.
Na pwede nyo i-report pag kailangan nyo ng reports. For incident reporting purposes, get the basic information. Mahirapin kasi kung first name lang ang meron sila. Tapos, ang number hindi makontak. So, naman lang kung kung nakuha nila yung plate number.
Oo. Actually, yun din. Parang yung mga basic info, hindi nila yun ginot down. I think meron ding lapses talaga sa end nila. Kasi masyado silang nakampante ba? Kasi I wouldn't be if kunyari mag-hire ako ng driver plus yung van, lahat ng details na yun, isusulat ko talaga. Diba?
Oo. I would. At least one person from their family na nag-hire. If you're hiring someone.
So, yun.
Alam mo tong pusa ko na to si Buha. Nang makulat siya today. Andito siya ngayon sa site na to. Kasi ikot-ikot siya dyan sa harap. Pag nagalaw yan, oh my God, sira na tong setup ko.
Alisin mo na lang siya dyan. Ibaba mo na lang.
Hindi ko siya basta-basta maano. Kasi magagalaw yung mga wires.
Ay, okay.
Anyway, let's move on.
Yes. Let's go to our second story.
Take 2.
Take 2. For our second story, this is also coming from r/adviceph. So 6 days ago. Title, I caught my wife cheating and I want to propose an open relationship with her. Problem/goal. I caught my wife cheating on me and I want to propose an open relationship. Context. So I caught her when she asked me to do something on her computer and her Viber opened up and I saw her chats with another man. I was a bit angry but more relieved than angry. I decided not to do anything with this knowledge and think about it for a few weeks. Here's my conclusions. Number 1. We've been married for 10 years and nawala na yung love, to be honest. What she did is wrong, but I can see why she did it, and at this point, I'm not actually that angry. Number 2. May anak kami. plus a couple of cats. I want to stay together to keep the family. Number 3. The house is in my name, so she will have to leave if ever. But I really don't want to go through the hassle of filing for annulment/legal separation. Tapos, yung hatian ng gamit. Who keeps what, moving things, etc. So because of this, I am considering of proposing an open relationship with her. I don't plan to look for someone new, just that to keep that option open for me. Action taken. None yet. I plan to bring this up with her soon. If she wants to leave though, then I won't object. Has anyone been through a similar situation? Na parang fall out of love na kayo, someone cheated but you want to keep the family and just maintain an open relationship? What are the pros and cons?
Madami.
No, I haven't been
Madami.
in a similar situation.
Not myself personally, pero I know of people na they've been on years of relationships, married actually, na wala na silang love at this point in, yung isang friend, 11 years na silang married. At this point, may dalawa silang anak, and wala na attraction to each other.
Okay.
Parents ko, 'di ba? Yung lagi ko mini-mention, wala na silang attraction sa isa't isa. And normally, yung mga parents natin, they already have reached that point na wala nang romantic moments in their relationship. Pero they just want to keep the family together. 'Di ba? So, if the wife nito ni OP is already cheating, and it seems like it's going to be a win-win for them if he ever propose an open relationship sa wife niya, then why not? If for the OP is parang yung cheating ni wife is already an indicator na she might be open for that kind of setup. Kasi a lot of married people really don't want their families broken, di ba? So, if that situation will help them in the long run, then why not? As long as they agree as consenting adults. Di ba?
Yeah. Ang iniisip ko lang kasi, hindi naman kasi sinabi dito kung ilang taon na yung mga anak nila. May anak sila eh. So, yun lang yung...
But they've been
word.
together for 10 years, if I heard it right.
Married for 10.
More or less, they probably have kids around maybe, more or less 10 years old. Assuming. Diba?
Yeah. So, bata pa.
And that happens kasi, sabi ko, may kilala ako na 11 years na in the relationship and may mga kids pa sila. And they already grew out of love, out of each other. And they are just sticking together because they just want to keep a whole family still. Even though wala na sila talagang amor sa partner nila. So it's something that happens.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's a tough situation.
It is. If you want to treat it tough. And since yung situation man ni OP, it's not like he's still madly in love with his wife eh. So, just having the option to have an open relationship. And since wife is already cheating, then I think there's a chance for the wife to agree.
Maybe. Let's see here. May comment dito sabi. It sounds like you've tried to approach this situation very calmly and logically, which is understandable after being married for 10 years and having a child together. But reading your post feels like the open relationship idea might be more of a practical solution than an emotional one. Right now, you're thinking about stability, the kids, the house, the legal hassle of annulment, dividing assets, etc. Those are very real concerns, especially in the Philippines, where separation can be complicated. But it might be worth asking yourself whether this proposal is something you truly want long-term, or if it's mainly a way to avoid the disruption of a breakup. Sometimes when people discover infidelity after a long relationship, the initial reaction isn't anger, but emotional detachment. It can feel almost relieving to have an explanation for why the relationship hasn't felt the same for a while. But decisions made in that calm, analytical phase can still carry emotional consequences later. Resentment, jealousy, or regret can show up months or years down the line. Another thing to consider is the family dynamic. Even if you and your wife try to keep things discreet, always remember, all caps, that children are often very perceptive about shifts in their parents' relationship. An arrangement like this can work for some couples, but it usually requires strong mutual trust, clear boundaries, and genuine agreement from both partners, not something proposed mainly as a response to cheating. You might want to ask yourself what kind of environment you want for your kids and what kind of relationship structure you can realistically sustain for a long time. Sometimes avoiding the difficult decision now can lead to a more complicated situation later. None of this means you need to rush into annulment or separations immediately, but before proposing an open relationship, it might be worth having an honest conversation with your wife about where both of you truly stand emotionally, not just logistically. Actually, hindi nyo napansin ko sa kanya, parang gusto niya lang i-avoid yung hassle ng ng separation. Kasi yun yung hinighlight niya eh, like dividing assets, etc. ganyan. So, hindi ko sure kung ano yung feeling ko lang, yun yung parang main concern niya. Not necessarily the cheating part.
Well, he mentioned multiple reasons eh. Dividing of assets, the hassle of dividing assets, and the emotional turmoil to the family if they broke up, diba? I mean, syempre, yung drastic change like that happens in the family, it's not a normal, setup for any normal person. So,
yeah.
Kung ma-disrupt yung environment na yun with annulment and all that, it's gonna be, stressful. So, maybe he's just trying to avoid all those stress. At the same time, since wife is already cheating, is for him to have that consent to also have an open relationship with other people since ginagawa na ni wife. Diba?
Yeah. Mainly, I think, kailangan nilang mag-usap. Kasi parang wala pa namang, action taken, none yet. Ang plano niya is to bring this up with her, yung open relationship. Pero it wasn't really specified if he's also gonna be bringing the issue that he found out na she's cheating on him. Sabi pa nga dito, nung isang commenter, honestly, it sounds less like you want an open relationship and more like you just don't want the hassle of breaking up the marriage. Open relationships only work when both people still trust each other and are choosing it together. Here, it's starting from cheating and silence. That's a very shaky base. Also, be ready for the possibility that she says yes, but continues seeing the same guy openly. A lot of people imagine the open part will mostly benefit them, then realize their partner is the one who actually uses it. Before proposing anything, you probably need a real conversation first. She needs to know you know. Otherwise, you're building a new arrangement on top of something she doesn't even know you've discovered.
So we don't know if the wife knows that he knows that she's cheating. Okay.
Yeah.
He does need to discuss that first.
True.
Kasi there can also be a chance na if he opens up open relationship, is that hindi naman pala yun yung gusto ng wife. And they might just end up na maghiwalay na lang.
Yeah, they change their minds, no?
We don't know also if it benefits the wife more if maghiwalay sila by dividing assets.
True.
Maybe kaya siya parang he doesn't want to go through all that. Maybe he knows at some point na may malaking makukuha sa kanya yung wife niya if they have an annulment.
Possibly.
Kaya he wanted to propose an open relationship so he can have that option to have a relationship with other people. At the same time, he does not lose his properties with the wife. Conjugal properties, diba? Paano kung i-open niya yun tapos ayun ni wife, maghiwalay na lang. Ganun. Kasi alam niya man, marami siya makukuha.
Oo, kaya mas maganda talaga pag-usapan muna. Medyo nakaka-irita lang yung mga nagko-comment dito na like, sabi dito, napaka-selfish niyong dalawa. Sabi ng isa, I support an open relationship ng two consenting adults if wala kayong anak. Super selfish niyo parehas. Dinadala niyo sa mundo to mga anak niyo pero parehas niyo din. Di kayang panindigan yung physical, mental, and emotional needs ng mga bata. Paano pag nahuli kayo ng anak niyo na may kasama, edi pati sila na-betray niyo? Mag-counseling kayo pag di kaya maghiwalay na ng tuluyan. Ang paghiwalay ng maayos, di lang yan para sa inyo, para rin yan sa mga bata. Bigyan niyo ng closure ang isa't isa. I guess dun sa part na kung wala na talaga maghiwalay na lang, mas pa ako dun.
That's a parang better option.
Yeah, better option than opening the relationship. Well, ang mainly issue ko talaga dito is for those people na saying na napaka-selfish because of the children. Because there are also like people here na they're saying na why don't you guys try to fix yung marriage and everything or try to still be together, ganyan. But the thing is, kung hindi na sila masaya sa isa't isa, do you think yung mga bata na you're just trying to be in, as a family to show everybody na you guys are still a family tapos hindi rin naman kayo nag-work, lagi rin kayo nag-aaway, would that be healthy dun sa bata? Di ba hindi rin naman? So, depende talaga siya sa sitwasyon, hindi porket may anak ka na you will parang titiisin mo na nandun ka sa relationship na yun kung hindi naman na healthy sa'yo. What if the guy o yung babae abusive? So you're telling me na 'di ba? Na i-endure mo 'yon, lahat ng abuse na 'yon para lang masabi na kumpleto kayo. And it's not even healthy for the kids. So, there's always hindi naman siya concrete plan na applicable sa lahat ng situation.
There's a hint of judgment in saying na selfish sila, no? Because, first of all, hindi naman nila pinlano na mag-end up sila that way. And I think it's innate for any person to have some selfishness on themselves because you will always want to find happiness. And finding happiness is, in a way, kind of selfish. So, wouldn't you want to, like you said, live your life na pakita mo sa mga anak mo na you're happy instead of being miserable, being stuck on a situation?
Yes.
Diba? So it is different case to case, but I don't think we should be judgmental in saying that ang selfish nila.
Yeah, kasi meron pa dito sabi, wala nang kayong kwenta bilang mag-asawa, wala pa kayong kwenta bilang magulang because struggle. Like, that's a really harsh thing to say kasi hindi mo rin naman alam kung ano yung struggle nilang dalawa.
Hindi nyo naman sila
mag-asawa.
kilala. Tsaka kung anong struggles nila. Baka judge naman na na walang
Totoo.
kwenta. Di ba?
Saan mo binasa yun? Sorry.
Pinababayaan ba nila yung mga anak nila para sabihin na wala
Diba?
silang kwenta?
So, yun. Actually,
Gusto
we
nga
have
nila
an
ng stick sa family. Tapos sasabihin mo walang kwenta. I don't think that's appropriate.
Yeah. Actually, we have an update here. He OP posted 4 days ago. So, let's see. Problem/goals. See previous post. I caught my wife cheating and was originally planning to propose an open relationship with her. But with people's comments specifically about how it would affect our son, so may isa silang anak, okay. I decided against it. Context. So, I confronted my wife yesterday. Hindi ako pumasok. Our son was at school. I ordered her favorite food for lunch. Ano daw occasion, sabi niya. Sabi ko, kumain siya muna. After eating, that's when I said, pag-uusapan natin si ... sabi ko. Then ayun na, she broke down crying. Sorry siya ng sorry. I could tell that she was only apologizing because she got caught, not because she had genuine remorse. She asked me anong balak ko. I said, ikaw muna. She wants a second chance. Sabi ko, there's no such thing when it comes to second chances. She already cheated. I will never be able to trust her again. Then, another 5 minutes of crying and sorries. Nagluluhod na siya sa harap ko. Sinabi ko yung original plan. I told her na matagal na akong may kutob na meron siya. But I choose to trust her and did not try. Nakita ko lang sa Viber niya by accident. Pero after 10 long years, the latter part of those being loveless, manhid na ako. I was angry for about 3 days, but that anger turned into relief. I told her I originally wanted an open relationship. Wala na pakilamanan, kanya-kanya na lang. But I decided against it because of our son. That's when I went on a rant. Hindi ko na siya mahal. It doesn't matter to me how much, but how could she do that to our son? Siya ang pinakakawawa sa nangyayari dito. Titigilan daw niya yung affair. Babawi daw siya sa akin. She'll be the best wife ever. I don't buy it. I don't trust her anymore. Once a cheater, always a cheater. But I decide to give her that second chance. If not for my sake, then for my son. As far as I'm concerned, right now, she is a housemate who happens to be the mother of my son. But I don't love her anymore and no longer see her as my wife. Sinabi ko na sa kanya if she wants, ligawan niya ako. Try to win me back. Siya ang may mali, so it's her it's on her to fix things. I'll stay together for our son and give her a chance to make things right. But when he is older, wala pa rin, or she goes back to her old ways, we're going to have a long talk with our son and move on from each other.
Mahirap talagang ibalik yung trust, especially pagka alam mo na nag-cheat sa'yo yung partner mo.
Yeah.
I have the same mindset, ano. Like, jowa ko pa lang, tas alam ko nag-cheat sa akin. Ang bilis mawala ng amor ko. Mahirap yun, mahirap i-regain yung trust and amor. Yun eh.
True.
So, it might take years for the wife to, make bawi. Ano yun? Make bawi.
To make bawi.
May take her years to change the mind of the husband. Pero it's going to be really hard.
Yeah.
Laking offense kasi ng cheating. For me, malaking offense ng cheating.
Totoo naman. Mahirap yun. Pag na-challenge na yung trust mo, mahirap siyang ibalik. So, there. Sabi nung top commenter, frankly, OP, this is a much better outcome than what you initially wanted. An open relationship would have given her a convenient excuse with her cheating. Now the ball is in her court on what to do. At least make it right for your kid.
So, she didn't really want to, then break the family in this case.
Well, siguro mas na-influensyahan siya nung mag-stick sa family for the kid. And I don't know, people have different opinions talaga when it comes to that. I obviously don't have any kids, but I'm just gonna be speaking for myself. Kasi, like, I wouldn't want to be living with someone physically that I no longer feel anything for. Diba? And at some point talaga, for me, mararamdaman din naman yun ng bata eh. Pero for me, I would say, hindi ko gugustuhin na, makasama pa yung tao na wala naman akong feelings.
Well, you'd be surprised, no? Because a lot of, well, not really a lot, pero I know of people na even though they don't really trust their partner anymore, but they want to stick still together. Para lang buo yung family nila. Or para lang sa mga anak nila, actually. Most of the time, yun yung pinaka-main reason. Kasi mahirap ka rin sa ibang parents na, sabihin natin may 2 anak. It's gonna be hard for a wife na humiwalay sa husband niya. Most especially if she's not financially independent. Kaya there are families na they stick together for the kids because if they're not financially independent and they need support from their partners, they would still stick by their partners or their families. Pero it would change if, say, a wife is financially independent. Kasi if that happens, goodbye husband, I don't need you, diba? The narrative changes kapag ganun yung case. Although he did not mention naman on this OP's story that they are codependent financially, diba? Pero si OP kasi lalaki. So, he can financially support his son.
Ayan, ito, meron pang isang commenter dito. Ouch. Okay. Sabi, as someone on the other side of the fence, meaning ako yung naloko, the other side of the fence, tas ikaw yung naloko, di ba naloko rin naman si OP?
It's not really the other side, pero okay, go on.
Ba yan? Anyway, please consider distance na lang, at least for the time being, to heal. I stayed 6 months post-affair ng ex ko in the house shared with him, and literally those were the darkest moments of my life. I wasn't able to recognize myself beyond the, I need to endure this para sa anak namin, and it made me feel so much worse kasi babae pa siya. Ito ba yung ituturo ko sa kanya in terms of when her future partner or other people betrays her? Currently, my ex and I are co-parenting and I'm living with my family. We are all adjusting, pero ang mahalaga, hindi na kami housemates na lang, and paunti-unti, our daughter sees we are interacting again, albeit with courtesy, respect, and cordially na ulit. Though in reality, hindi naman kailangan completely cut off, especially if you're married and co-parenting, but you and your wife needs to have time alone and by yourselves to really feel and decide on what you want. Definitely, the child will feel the shift in your dynamics. You being on the power side and your wife being the one who goes out of her way kasi nga, kailangan niya bumawi. Tandaan po natin na yung magiging actions nyo ang magiging baseline ng anak nyo for self-respect, tolerance, and how much he or she will do for others than for themselves. It won't seem this way now, but eventually. But take this with a huge grain of salt. Kayo po ang nakakaalam kung ano ba talaga ang end goal nyo. You said it yourself you can't trust her again. Baka you're just postponing the inevitable. And by then, baka masyado na kayong entangled and your child will literally be caught in the middle. Actually.
There's pros and cons in that. Kasi if I'm on the wife side of this OP, there's that danger na mas hindi mo maligawan yung asawa mo ulit. Mas mapalayo siya pa sa'yo if you create that distance. Yes, may benefit dun sa part na if they create distance, baka there are chances na ma-miss nila yung isa't isa and that mag-cool off yung init ng ulo or not init ng ulo, maybe yung feelings nung husband niya sa kanya. Baka mag-cool off yung bad image niya if they create that distance. So, medyo 50-50 ako sa part na, do you want to create that distance? Or do you want to keep the distance para to the goal na maging kayo ulit together? Kasi most of the time, when you create that distance, sasanay lalo yung two individuals na hindi sila magkasama everyday. And the more na mas nasasanay sila, the more na mas hindi nila naiisip yung isa't isa.
Yeah.
There's that danger.
Well, aren't we in that stage already sa relationship
Na,
nila? I mean, the fact na she
together,
cheated
diba?
on him means na, diba, she doesn't care.
So, she wanted to, make it up to the OP.
I mean, in the first place na nag-cheat siya, diba? I mean, kaya lang naman siya siguro nagsabi ng ganun is because she got caught. I don't think she would stop cheating if hindi siya na huli.
I'm just leaning towards the fact na if she really want to mend the situation. Pero if we're leaning towards the fact na a cheater is always going to be a cheater, and that she doesn't really wanted to make that effort, then go for the distance and just co-parent. Pero kasi yung sinasabi ni OP is that since nahuli siya, she wanted to make it up to him.
True.
And it's going to be hard for her to make it up to the OP if they have the distance, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a really tough decision to make kasi hindi lang basta-basta yung emotions nyo or yung sarili nyo yung ipaprioritize mo kasi meron din silang anak, so yung anak laging kasama sa mga decisions or things na kailangan i-consider. So yeah, well, it's good na nag-usap sila din eventually, and although it might not be exactly what I would want for myself, but I hope it works out, at least para dun sa bata.
Yeah. And if they don't want to, have the son realize what's going on, then let the wife make it up to the OP for the meantime. Pero in the long run, you have to assess really kung is it really still na yun pa rin ba yung gusto ni OP? Or do they really want to decide to let the son learn what's the actual situation para hindi mahirapan yung anak nila.
Yes, yeah,
Fire.
it's true. Tough situation.
It is tough.
Well, we can move on dun sa last story. Ano naman to? Ako ba yung gago?
Okay, so let's cut direct.
All right.
Okay.
So for our
Go.
last story here, this is coming from r/ako ba yung gago 8 days ago. Ako ba yung gago kung pinag-omad ko si tita? 1 meal a day?
Yeah.
Okay. Ako ba yung gago na pinag-omad ko si tita? Ang hirap pag magkakapit-bahay lang kayo ng mga kamag-anak mo, no? Kapit-bahay ko si tita at yung uniko iho naman niya, natatawagin nating kuya, ay nakatira sa next street. Same subdivision. Vibes ko si tita dati. Siya na ang tumayong guardian namin magkapatid nang mamatay si mama sa COVID last 2021. Si mama ang tumulong kay kuya na makapag-Saudi, kaso di na nakabalik kasi may tama na daw sa baga at nasa 50s na. Never ever kaming humingi kay kuya ng monetary help. Motto kasi ni mama yung tumulong kung kaya. Kung magbibigay pabalik, salamat. Kung hindi, okay lang din. Bilang respeto at awa na din sa matanda, I opened our door for my tita. Tinulungan ko siya ipag-grocery ang tindahan niya, pinauutang ng puhunan at since naka-work from home ako, inahabilin niya sa amin ng kapatid ko yung tindahan niya kada mamamalengke siya sa umaga. Mason si kuya kaso lasinggero at sugarol. Nag-anak pa ng 2. Lagi siyang short gawa ng bisyo niya kaya lagi ring tumatakbo sa nanay para umutang. Rason kung bakit nasusunog yung kita pati puhunan ni tita. Ako naman si naawa sa kalagayan ng matanda paminsan-minsan. Lalo noong nakita kong wala na siyang mailuto, binibigyan ko siya ng kanin at ulam. Yung bigay ko, hindi palagi. Yung paghingi niya afterwards ang dumalas. Hanggang sa parang nag-expect na siya na lagi namin siyang pinakakain. Nagre-request na ng kung ano-anong dapat naming iluto. At kapag paborito ni kuya or ng apo niya yung ulam, bigyan ko rin daw ang pamilya ni kuya. Dumating na sa point na sumaside comment na siya sa ulam na binibigay ko. Kesyo puro taba or puro karne or lagi na lang isda. Wow. Yung pinapakain mo na sila pa yung choosy. Sampaling ko to. Charot. Ang galit. Ayaw niya ng sayote at talong. Ayaw niya rin kaming paglutuin ng hipon, selfish. Shellfish. Tayo mali-mali na naman tayo ng pronunciation dito Pero yeah, may selfish din siya. Selfish bitch. Shellfish at manok dahil allergic daw siya. Pero pag nagpapadeliver ako ng Jollibee, gusto niya meron din siya. O diba? Pag Jollibee, nawawala yung allergy. Yan tayo Walang allergy daw pag Jollibee. Di wow. Ipapakita pa niya yan sa akin yung mga pantal niya sa legs na parang kasalanan ko. And no, tinigil ko nang bigyan siya ng pera pambili ng antihistamine. Even sa donuts, gustong-gusto niya yung Krispy Kreme. Kaso kunwari ayaw at matamis daw. Pero nung tinago ko sa ref, hinanap. Konti lang daw kasi yung nakain niya. As if binili ko yun para sa kanya. Pati birthday cake ko. Nagalit siya kasi maliit lang yung slice na binigay ng kapatid ko. Tinawag niya pang masiba, ang buhala, baboy at balyena ang kapatid ko. In my face. Dahil lang doon. Grabe naman to. What the fuck? Kung apo niya rin na lumalagi sa bahay kasi nakiki-wifi sa amin. Gusto rin niya isama sa budget namin. Galit pa nga yan siya pag hinahapon kami ng gising o kaya nakakatulog ako immediately after shift at 1 to 2 p.m. na ako nagigising. Doon ko narinig na sinisiraan niya pala kami sa mga suki niya. Tulog mantika daw ako at astang anak mayaman. Kaka-aircon. Nagtawag daw pala sa bintana ng bahay namin kasi di pa dumadating ang pagkain niya. The audacity. Yung kapatid ko naman, prito lang ang kayang lutuin. Ayaw niya ipagluto siya ng kapatid ko kasi marami daw maglagay ng mantika. Hanggang one time, nahuli ko siyang nagparinig ng kung ayaw nila magbigay, edi wag. Kaya kong bumili ng sarili kong pagkain. Gulat siya, nasa likod ako nakikinig. Dala ang pagkain niya. Tapos biglang bawi, kunwari bidaw ng kumari niya at hindi siya inimbita. Mula noon, kunwari na lang din ako na naka-omad. Kaya stress ako sa work and so on. Sinarado ko na yung pinto namin, literally and figuratively. Hindi ko na siya kinibo mula noon. Bunso na lang inuutusan kong maghatid ng pagkain niya. Hindi ko na pinipressure ang sarili sa pagdedesisyon ng kung anong lulutuin yung ulam. Kung allergic siya dun, edi walang ulam na dadating. Total, kaya niya naman bumili. So, ako ba yung gagaw na pinag-omad ko si tita? Hindi naman pala si tita,
Basado naman to si tita.
Nakakaloka naman tong mga kamag-anak. Yung mga ganyan talagang mga kamag-anak, kakapal ng mukha.
Nasanay na pinapakain. Kaya
pero
umaasa na merong pagkain sa Pero tama lang yung ginagawa niya. Make that boundary because kung ganyan naman pala yung treatment ng tita niya, she doesn't deserve it.
Oo, kapal ang mukha nito, nakakainis. Pag Jollibee, walang allergy. Tayo
Nakikikain ka na lang
Diba? Ayun, ang daming ayaw, ang daming limitations. Pero pag fast food, okay lang. Sabi ng commenter, di ka gago, abusado na sila. Lutuin mo lahat ng bawal kay tita para di siya makahingi. Nakakainis yung mga ganyan. Nagmamagandang loob ka na nga lang. Naging responsibilidad pa. Tapos, sabi ni OP, nagpapakuha yan sa kapatid ko. Pag na-allergy na siya, kinukwento niya sa chismosang kapitbahay na kachukaran niya. Ito naman si Mosa, binibigyan siya ng ulam. Ulam na kinukutya niya rin, sabay pakain sa apo or sa alagang aso. Ano ba yan? Masama talaga ugali niya, through and through.
Yeah, through and through.
In all levels. Nalala mo pa yun?
Ang bait pa nga niya, omad Kung ako yan.
Wala talaga.
No meal at all.
True.
Kaya mo palang bumili. Bumili ka na lang ng sarili mo, nakikiasa ka pa.
Oo, tapos babawiin niya nung narinig siya.
Walang bawian, tita.
Sabi pa dito, di ka gago, pero sana itigil mo na din yung omad niya. Huwag mo na bigyan at all. Sabi naman niya kaya niya bumili ng sariling pagkain. Abusado kasi. Siya na nga lang nanghihingi, siya pa choosy at demanding. Tapos sabi nung isang commenter, agree 100%. Kahit once a day, huwag nyo na siyang bigyan ng food. Pati wifi nyo, palitan nyo ng password para di makapag-wifi yung apo niya. Napaka-ungrateful niya. Hindi nyo naman siya obligasyon. Doon siya sa anak niyang sugarol magmaktol. Tapos sabi ni OP, to be honest, gusto kong itigil kaso ang daming eepal. Yung paninira niya sa amin, umabot na sa tito naming nasa Davao at sa mga kamag-anakan nila sa Pangasinan. Alam mo naman, mga matatanda at makalumang kaugalian ng ibang nasa probinsya. Dinalo pa kami sa bahay ng tito namin na religious pastor para kausapin kami about doon.
Lumipat na lang kayo ng bahay, yung malayo sa relatives na. Para
Totoo.
totally, kasi ang nega ng mga ganyan.
Kung ako siya, wala na, hindi ko na pakikialam. Bahala kayo kung anong paniniwalaan nyo. Diba?
Deadma sa mga sumbong sa ibang kamag-anak.
Kasi people will choose to believe what they want to believe. So,
Yeah.
Di ka
Nomad
gago.
yan, nomad.
naman. Sabi, baka time nang kausapin niyo yung pinsan niyo. Tsaka huwag niyo kalimutan sarili niyong mag-ipon at pag kayo na ang nangangailangan, baka walang tumulong sa inyo. Hindi ko sure kung totally kinupkop kayo ng tita niyo nung mawala mama niyo. Kung oo, yes, may utang na loob kayo sa kanya. Pero siguro hanggang doon na lang na isasama niyo siya sa pagkain. Yung ibang responsibility, dapat pinsan nyo na ang gumagawa nun. Sabi ni OP, hindi kami kinupkop. Parang guardianship na lang sa amin, lalo't 15 years old lang yung kapatid ko nung namatay si mama, pero working na ako nun. I'd say, yung utang na loob ko sa kanya rooted from when nakikipagpalitan siya sa akin, bantayan si daddy noon sa hospital when he was in coma just due to stroke. Dad died eventually. Mom ko naman was an OFW. Wala akong mahihita kay kuya. Sobrang cuddled siya ng nanay niya. Biruin mo, naramdaman niya ng distant ako sa kanya, di niya rin ako kinikibo. Pero kaya niyang baliin yon para ipagngutang ng pang-birthday, uniko iho niya. I told her, ako nga, cake lang na bigay ng company namin ang handa. Sagot naman niya, ikaw yan iba naman yung kuya mo. Even his kids are showing entitlement. Isigawan na sila, literally sa mukha nila, okay lang. Lagnatin lang ng 4 na oras, dadala na agad sa private clinic ng magulang or manugang. Akala mo may patagong pera sa matanda. In turn, ito namang si tita ang namomroblema kung kanino manghihiram. Oh my God.
Kuya, a bit confused. Kuya niya,
Kuya yung tawag niya
Yung-
dun sa anak ng tita.
sa anak ng tita niya. Okay,
Mm-mm.
okay. Akala ko kuya niya, brother. Wow.
Sabi pa dito. Di ka gago. Nangyayari to kasi kasalanan din natin eh. We don't put boundaries and limitations to things. Kaya nangyayari, inaabuso, kabaitan natin. Nangyayari parang tayo pa napapasama sa konsensya kasi feeling natin hindi sapat pagtulong natin. Pero ang totoo, naaabuso lang talaga tayo. Ikaw, kailan mo pipiliin sarili mo? Sabi ni OP. Totoo, kasalanan ko rin. Nariyan na rin yung word na pakikisama. Saka kasi ang eldest na kapatid ng mama ko. At saka, totoo pala na lumalabas talaga yung ugaling hukluban pag tumatanda na, no? Hindi naman siya ganyan noon. Masakit magsalita pero marunong naman siya makisama. Kaso simula nung naging senior citizen siya, naging parang entitled na siya sa lahat. May magbibideo okay na kapitbahay. Pag di siya inimbita, magkakaraoke rin yan siya gamit yung speaker na singlaki niya. Every time
my
may okasyon
God.
at kainan, yung mga kapatid niya, nangingialam siya sa pabalot. Gusto niya bigyan ng pansit yung mga kumari niya. Hindi naman siya yung may birthday. Marami pa siyang ibang ginawang out of pettiness dahil hindi siya in-acknowledge or kinumbida pero di ko na ikukwento. Baka kumalat sa FB at makita niya. Ma-realize niya siya to. Lagot kami ng kapatid ko.
May FOMO si tita.
Nangyari sa kanya, nabagot niya ba yung ulo niya? Nakakaloka yun.
Well, there are adults na tumatandang pabaliktad eh.
Mm.
And maybe this is the case of his tita.
Yeah.
Kasi it can also be an influence of yung kung sino yung nakakasalamuhan ng senior citizen para ma-influence yung ugali niyang FOMO.
Oo, totoo.
So that can be the reason why nagbago yung ugali ng tita niya versus before.
Totoo. Pero grabe naman, 'di ba? Grabe yung entitlement. I think
Marami din kasi nga na privilege yung pagka naging senior citizen ka na, 'di ba? May pension ka, may mga discounts ka. Lagi kang nauna sa pila. Kaya yun, naging feeling entitled.
Yeah, totoo. Tsaka yung yung paninirang puri, hindi ko magets yun. Within
Wala na kasi
relatives.
silang wala na silang ibang pagkakaabalahan.
Kaya nga eh.
Di
Those
ba?
are the situations wherein you don't really need to put an effort. Wala sila kung ano yung gusto nilang paniwalaan.
Oo.
So,
If walang plans of moving out etong si OP to another city, malayo sa relatives ng ganyan, then you really have to set a boundary na huwag ka makonsensya na inomad mo lang si tita. You need to change it to nomad. No meal a day.
no meal a day.
Hindi mo
Wala
responsibility. Oo.
Totoo.
Kailangan mo talagang i-change yung yung narrative, yung situation nila. Para hindi ka naaabuso ng ganyan.
True. Nakakaloka.
Otherwise, lipat ka ng city para walang
Yeah.
ganyang stress.
Meron pa dito. Di ka gago, one thing I've learned sa mga ganyang kamag-anak is to never tolerate. Ginawa ko na yan before, ending, siniraan ako na kesyo ganito, ganyan. Sa sobrang hurt ko, I decided to completely cut contact sa father's side ko for 5 to 6 years ata yun. Around 2013 to 2019. I gave them a chance nung nagkaanak ako sa first ko. Umulit na naman mga paninira at chismis porket di pinagbigyan ng mga gusto. Stable na ako nito financially. So pumalag na ako and stood my ground. Ayun, sila-sila na ngayon nagsisiraan. As far as my tito, scamming my pinsan ng 40k, tapos ayaw ibalik, haha. Kung di viable ang mag-move out, OP, stand your ground. Better na wag na talagang bigyan. Kung haharapin man kayo to ask, edi sagutin mo lang din na madami naman siyang reklamo, so bakit ka magbibigay pa? Kung kaya naman niya bumili, LOL. Tsaka may anak siya. Hayaan mo mga anak niya ang mag-asikaso sa kanya. You already did your part.
Correct.
Yep.
Diba? Same.
Parang may
Same.
comment yata dito about moving out na sinagot ni OP. Ito. Di ka gago, just move out. Hayaan mo na sasabihin nila sa'yo. Di naman kayo yayaman sa ganyan. Sila naman magsasuffer and di ikaw. And then OP said, sana ganun lang kadali makaalis kaso wala kaming ibang bahay eh. Ayaw din ipabenta ng kapatid ko kasi semi-sentimental value pa siya. Kaya lang naman kami naging magkapit-bahay kasi kaibigan ni tita yung ahente ng subdivision na to dati. Magkatabing lot ang inoffer sa parents ko na OFWs. Sa kanila din umutang si tita ng down payment sa house niya. Kaya closed door na lang muna. Masaya na ako na hindi na ako ang number 1 takbuhan niya para makapangutang. Nagtsatsaga na lang ako na hindi siya kibuin. Masakit pa naman ako magsalita pag napuno ako, baka atakihin sa puso.
If they own the house, why not just have it rented by other people and then tirmira sila sa ibang bahay, sa ibang lugar?
Well, ayun nga, so may sentimental daw yung kapatid niya. So,
Pero
gusto yata talaga doon.
you have to make your kapatid realize. Ponyo. You have to make your sibling realize na ganun yung yung sitwasyon nila. And that para hindi sila maabuso is that they have to take an action. Set aside mo yung sentimental value. Just maybe have it rented. You still own it, but just make use of it. Na lang. By renting it
True.
out.
Yeah.
Magpapaka-sentimental pa ba tayo pag naabuso tayo?
Totoo.
Hindi.
No? Ako din. I mean, ganun din yung mindset ko kasi iba. Kung hindi ka naman tinatrato ng maayos, why would you stay sa ganyang klaseng
Yeah.
environment? So,
Sabi nga, di ba, kahit relative mo, if they don't serve you positively, cut them off. Di ba? If may negative sila, if the only thing they bring to you is negativity, cut them off.
tsaka,
Para mag-grow
totoo.
ka.
Tsaka yung word na pakikisama, most of the people, I feel, parang masyado nilang tinitake yung word na pakikisama so literally. Na makikisama ka kahit na hindi ka naman tinatrato ng maayos. Hindi ko gets yun. Para sa ng pakikisama na yan. Para to be accepted in the family na
I
full of...
guess, pakikisama just so you can live harmoniously. Kasi doon ka nakatira eh.
I don't think she is living like that kahit na nakikisama siya. So yun. Last comment here. Hindi ka gagaw, pero sana i-real talk nyo din yung tita nyo. Bahala na kung bigla kayo ulit puntahan ng tita nyo from Davao. Sabi ni OP, ni-real talk na yan ng kapatid ko. Like, nung nanghihingi ng pagkain tapos nakita niyang kalderetang manok yung ulam, sinabihan ng kapatid ko na, pasalamat ka nga, binigyan pa kita. Recently lang yan. Last time na alam kong sinagot-sagot niya si tita was that time na kakalipat ko lang ng work. Sa sobrang stress ko, nagiging makakalimutin ako, like, nakakalimutan ko kung saan ko naiwan yung phone ko or wallet ko. Madalas naiiwan ko din sa tindahan niya kasi pag dumadating ako noon, galing work, sa kanya ako dumidiretso para isabay siya magpandesal at kape. Minsan, bigla-bigla siyang nawawala at bumabalik pag tanghalian na. So, imbes makapagpahinga, nakakatulog ako ng 2pm to 3pm na. Sabay, gising ng 6pm to prepare for work. Ang kwento ng kapatid ko, sinitsitan niya si tita tapos sabi, "Hoy, asa na si Ulyanin?" Sinitsitan siya ni tita tapos sabi, "Hoy, asan na si Ulyanin? Sala sa init, sala sa lamig din yun eh." This was the time I started quiet quitting. Pag iniiwan niya ako sa tindahan niya, 9 a.m. pa lang umuwi na ako sa house para matulog. Nagpantig daw yung tenga ng kapatid ko kaya sinagot niya, "Makatawag ka naman ng Ulyanin, di lang nasunod yung gusto mo, ayaw mo nang tawagin sa pangalan yung ate ko. Parang di mo napakinabangan na." Ayun, nag-hyperventilate, hinay blood, nagsuka at hinimatay. Wow, OA naman, hinimatay agad.
It would be difficult to change the mind of a senior.
Yeah.
So, might as well
Totoo yan.
just move out. Kasi it's not, I don't think you'll be successful in changing the minds of a senior. Lalo na kapag ganyan yung treatment sa inyo. And they're already fixated on how they treat you right now.
Totoo.
So,
Grabe, no?
kayo na lang umiwas.
Buti na lang. Wala naman ako na-experience ng mga, meron din pala. Pero sa side ng tatay ko, ayun, ganyan din. Maraming drama. Alam mo, nakakainis talaga yung mga ganun, mga may paninirang puri pa. Napakinabangan mo na nga, naninira ka pa. Hindi ka lang nasunod.
So far, wala naman akong ganyang experience dito. Kasi ito sa, namin, sa subdivision namin, kami lang namang magkakapatid ang magkakamag-anak dito. And so far, naman yung relationships namin. Maayos na. And, kung meron mang conflict, it also involves a senior. So, pinapaano na lang namin, pasensyahan na lang namin. Because hindi mo talaga mababago ang ugali ng senior. Kung yan na yun, it's a difficult mind to change. Ikaw talaga yung mag-a-adjust.
Yeah, sadly to say.
Sad to say. Hindi mo mababago yan. So, kesa i-frustrate mo yung sarili mo for a longer period, take action. Move out na lang. Para hindi ka, pinipiste ng tita mo.
Totoo.
Tsaka para maiwasan may mga ganyan drama. Stress ka na nga, magpapadrama ka pa, di ba?
Oo, tsaka yung wala siya masyadong tulog. Grabe na yun. OA na yung pagtulong. Sobra-sobra na. Tapos ganun lang yung ibabalik sa'yo, di ba? Sisiraan ka lang pag hindi mo nabigay yung gusto. Never do that to yourself.
Sasabihin pa sa'yo, batugan ka or lagi kang tulog, malamang.
Oo.
Kung nagtatrabaho ka ng gabi, ano expect mo?
Paling ko yung tita
Hindi
mo.
nila maiintindihan yun kasi I don't think they've experienced working at night eh. Unlike yung panahon natin ngayon, marami sa atin yung mga individuals na nagtatrabaho sa gabi.
Oh, but still, the mere fact that you're working, diba? But anyways, there are people talaga na ganun yung ugali. I honestly don't know saan nila nakukuha yung kapal na mukha nila, saan nila hinuhugot yun. Yung kapal na mukhang magsalita ng ganun. Kung sino pa talaga yung mga, kalit. Kung sino pa talaga yung mga, lumilinta lang, sila pa talaga yung daming sinasabi.
Merong mga ganyan. If they didn't have the right education and the right environment, then mapapa-change talaga yung ugali mo to the worst. Especially if they're surrounded by also a negative type of people. Nakakahawa yun eh.
Hawa-hawa na sila. Yeah. Good thing kinakat off na nila yung tita kasi walang mangyayari talaga kung pagbibigyan mo ng pagbibigyan. Ikaw mauubos sa ganyang klaseng tao.
Yeah. Sure.
So, yun. Let's
So,
prioritize ourselves, guys. Huwag masyadong bigay ng bigay.
Is that it?
Yes, that is it.
Alright, that is it for today's Reddit Stories. If you enjoyed hanging out with us, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you won't miss the next round of our Reddit Stories. Got your own stories? Drop it in the comments and send it to us, and we might just read it on the next episode. So,
Until next time, stay warm, stay tropical, and as always, bye friend.
bye friend!